RAC members get exclusive deals and offers, plus an extra 5% off on top of our lowest price guarantee at RETRAVISION.
A lot more secure in the line, so pushing forward.
Bad shot here, boys, and we start a roll here. One bad shot to open the door here, boys. Come on, lad.
Yep, one bad shot is going to bring Faf du Plessis in, mate. Yeah, Faf du Plessis just got 100. Pretty good form, matey.
Hello, everyone. We are back again. It must be Thursday because I'm recording. If I was organised, I could probably do it a little bit earlier, but this is another episode of the world famous, multi-award winning podcast, The Pavilion, the Peel Cricket Show, which is proudly supported by our wonderful partners in RETRAVISION. Remember, if you're an RAC member, you get an extra 5% off already low prices. RETRAVISION is your destination for all electrical stuff you love. 60-day price promise, lowest price guarantee. Now, what are we, mid-November or early November? Only have, before you know it, it's going to be Christmas and you're going to be thinking, right, it's time to buy some gifts. If you're an RAC member, you're going to get 5% off their already low prices. Jump on their website. You can probably do your you can actually do your shopping before you get there. They do click and collect. They deliver and install. Buy now, pay later with all the buy now, pay later platforms. And even if you are an RAC member, you get that 5% off. But they also have exclusive deals as well that only RAC members can get. So RETRAVISION is your place to go for all your electrical stuff that you love. Who else supports us? Well, ESA Sports Agency do some great stuff with memorabilia, sports coaching, make every sporting moment epic. But their main thing they're doing at the moment, helping us clubs, is that they sell this stuff up here, that EVERLAST, the EVERLAST sports drinks, the isotonic hydration. It is starting to get a little bit warmer. You can feel it there. And before you know it, we're going to have those 30-plus degree days. Beat the heat. Stay hydrated. The EVERLAST sports drink, 750ml bottles. None of this 600ml crap. 750ml. You got the Berry Blaze, the Blue Blast, and my favorite, the Lemon Zest. No price increase. So for all those clubs, which I know a lot of them, nearly all, got the EVERLAST in last year, the same price, $1.88 a bottle. Listen, $1.88 a bottle. That's ex-GST. To add your GST on top of that. And that's delivered. Now, you're not going to obviously deliver one bottle. You get cases of 12. You're obviously going to buy, 10 at a time or something like that. So it's $22.56 plus GST delivered to your door. That, my friends, you cannot beat. So where do you get all that? Well, the main man at ESA Sports, we all know, Johnny Sanders, sales at esasportsagency.com.au, or his phone number there, 0456 890 888. Now, when you're listening to this, you might be listening to this on Saturday morning, because between 8 and 9, we are now on Sport FM. So this podcast is replayed on Sport FM between 8 and 9 every Saturday morning, 91.3 Community Sports Radio. How good is that? We are growing. We're getting bigger and better every single day, the Peel Cricket Association. You are on the Pavilion, the Peel Cricket Show. If you haven't worked it out, my name is Orazio Santalucia. This is my second season doing this. I come to you every week. You might hear me on the Pavilion, the Peel Cricket channel every Tuesday for RETRAVISION Premier T20 League action. Fantastic T20 competition under lights, Peelwood Reserve, on turf. We've got some fantastic cricketers running around, and more often than not, we have great games of cricket. So tune in live every Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. on the Pavilion, the Peel Cricket channel. You can find it basically on YouTube. Just do a little search on the old Google and you will find us. Log in on the frog box. You get my dulcet tones. Listen to me chat some crap. I try my best to get some people on board, so you don't just have to listen to me. I'm joined every week by the PCA legend that is Terry McNeil. Does the scoring, does a great job there. Pumps some stats to me, keeps me company, and actually has a fair dig at me most weeks, which is quite funny. Okay, so what are we going to chat about today? The show. Well, not anywhere. I'm back in the studio, which is known as my bedroom. So this week we are going to talk round 5 of the Peel Cricket Association PCA action from last weekend. We played the Country Cup, first round of the Belt Up Country Cup. We played the old rivals Bunbury District Cricket Association. We'll chat through that game. Tuesday, we had a belter of a game, the RETRAVISION Premier T20 League, between the two local rivals in Waroona and Pinjarra. From what I'm told, they are rivals in everything from tiddlywinks to marbles to footy to cricket to you name it. So, and they both put on an absolute belter of a show on Tuesday. We'll talk a bit more about that. We had round 3 of the ladies competition. That's really starting to fire up now, which is great. And I don't know if you've noticed, but there's this thing called the ICC T20 World Cup that's happening. And not long ago, our old rivals, the old foe, England, they absolutely annihilated India. They won by 10 wickets. They were chasing 169 for the win, and they did it with 4 overs to spare, none down. Look out. They were my favourites pre-tournament. I think they play an amazing brand of cricket, and I know I might get shot down in flames at some stage there, but they are clearly the world leaders in T20 cricket for me. They're doing stuff that we haven't even woken up to yet, but that's a conversation for another. That might be a special show one day. And to round up today's show, we're going to have the next installment of the Prez's rant. And he's not happy. Got a little bit to say, a little bit to get off the chest. Okay, we're going to head to our first break. We're going to get a little commercial from our fantastic partners, RETRAVISION. We'll be back after this.
At RETRAVISION, we know exactly what you want, like our lowest price guarantee, buy now and pay later, and an extra 5% discount for RAC members. That's on top of all the latest tech from the world's best brands at RETRAVISION.
Welcome back, all you champions, to the Pavilion, the Peel Cricket Show. Again, proudly supported by RETRAVISION, ESA Sports, and EVERLAST Sports Drinks. Okay, we're going to do a bit of a roundup of the old cricket that's been played over the last week or so. We've had a fair bit of cricket happening from our usual PCA cricket through to representative cricket, I guess, and probably the only representative cricket we'll be playing this year. And that's the Belt Up Country Cup. We also had the ladies T20. Well, they are part of the Peel Cricket Association. What am I saying? And we have a wrap up of a fantastic game of RETRAVISION Premier T20 League from Tuesday just gone. Okay, let's jump straight into it. So round 5 of the Wiley Cup. That's the A-grade Premiership Cup that is played for between the 9 teams this year, not 10. So we lost one. We're just having a bit of a rough trot, although not really on the ground. They're doing okay. But South Mandurah are just having a little bit of a spell, and they'll be building themselves back up. And they'll be back up before you know it. But the first game we're going to have a chat about is, and it's solely on what my little list is here, and that is Singleton versus Hall's Head. That would have been at Stan Twight. Now, Hall's Head won the toss and batted first, and they got a very, very good score. The batting machines that they are, Hall's Head, 9 for 229. And guess who got the top score? Surprise, surprise. Jack Manuel with 76. Now, he is up to, I wrote this down. Where is he? So he's up to somewhere like, come on. He's up to 360 runs so far in 5 hits. That includes one that was in the Premier T20 League, but he got a 70-odd in that game as well. So He's had 5 hits and he's already got 360 runs. Now, I know that 3/4 of the batsmen that play in this competition, most competitions, most seasons, that's a season. They're done and dusted. They're getting 360 runs per season. You're nearly, yep, okay, I'm going around again next year. He's done it in 5 hits. Class personified he is. Absolute class. And anyway, let's go back to the game. And then they went out and bowled Singleton out for 79. And the wily old fox, that is Chris Phelps, 6 for 15. I forgot to say in the 229, Bryce Evans with 4 for. He's got a couple of wickets, a couple of games where he's got a few poles and got 4 for 44 in that game there, but nowhere near enough. And Horsehead won quite handsomely. We moved to the next game, which was Warnbro versus White Knights Baldivis. White Knights Baldivis batted first, all out for 153. Daniel Sutton, again, with the wickets. Got 5 for in the last time he bowled. So this game, he got 4. So he got 9 in 2 outings. The Burley left armour, 4 for 29. And in reply, Warnbro chased down that score, 5 down. And skipper Kane Standing led the way again with 62 not out. He's having a very, very good start to the season with the bat. We know he does the job with the gloves. He's a very, very good player. And we move to the next game, Mandurah versus Waroona. This is a pretty good game on what I believe was a really good wicket out at Mandurah. And Waroona batted first. They got 7 for 187. Jaden DeRosa got 73. Good to see him playing. Won't be around for much longer. He's jetting off to Canada. Family over there, and we probably won't see him for the rest of the season. So I think he's got another game. I believe. I could be wrong. Won't be the first time I'm wrong, and it won't be the last. But yeah, it was good to see Jaden get some runs. One of the class players in the competition. 7 for 187, but it wasn't enough. Mandurah went out and chased it 7 down, and Jordan Bell, another one of the batters, doing very well this season. Got his second half century. Got 53 in the 7 for 188. So well done to Mandurah there. And we move to the final game, which is Secret Harbour Dockers versus Pinjarra. That would have been at Stand Tight Reserve as well. Pinjarra batting first, 204. Very good partnership here by Jake Foley, captain Jake Foley. Jake Axel Foley, that's my nick. I'm sticking with that one. I'm sure he's been called that before. And if you don't know who Axel Foley is, tut, shame on you. Go and work it out. Google it. I bet you hate that. Google it. Anyway, Axel, 82, and Big Adam France, the big strapping all-rounder, he got 65. And that was too much for the Dockers. They were all out for 123. And I know all the bowlers did their bit. They all got about 2 wickets apiece. And Shoalwater, they had their feet up, had a bit of a spell, and watched all the action happening. So that's your A-grade wrap-up. Remember, you get a little bit of a wrap-up. We get at least the A-grade. It's changed a little bit, but every week in the Mandurah Mail, I write a little bit of an article and sort of send it in. And they obviously do what they do to it. I know this week's article got cut quite significantly because I do try to put the whole competition in, or as many of the highlights of the whole competition in as I can. But they had a big 2-page article on George Bell, the England under-19 international who is playing for Rockingham Mandurah. And you'll hear a little bit about him a little bit later on in our wrap-up of the RETRAVISION Premier T20 League, because he was Pinjarra's marquee player. And George Bell also, England under-19, played in the same under-19 World Cup as our own Teague Wiley. Anyway, so that's that. We'll move on to B grade, the Macintosh Cup. Things are hotting up there as well. Pinjarra v Waroona. Pinjarra 3 for 138 defeated, Warnbro, not Waroona, Warnbro. Start again. Pinjarra versus Warnbro. Pinjarra defeated Warnbro 3 for 138, defeating Warnbro all out 137. Lots of bits and bobs in that game. No one really stood out, but that's a big win for Pinjarra. They've had a bit of a rough trot there, but that's a big win for them. So well done. Next game, White Knights Baldivis versus Shoalwater. Shoalwater all out for 99 with a bit of a star-studded B-grade team with overseas player plus a couple of very regular A-grade players. They'll rock and roll for 99. Jordan, again, 4 wickets for White Knights Baldivis. He's doing very well with the ball, and White Knights chased down six down for 100. They defeated Shoalwater there. Rockingham Hornets, they defeated Mandurah. Rockingham Hornets chasing Mandurah's. Actually, I don't know if they were chasing, but anyway, 6 for 176, of which Whittleton got 62. Mandurah all out for 172. And the wily veteran himself, Troy Lovegrove, with 5. He's got the Michelle, 5 for 33. Well done, Troy. Now, on Rockingham Hornets, just reminded me. I didn't write this down, but it just reminded me because Troy got in contact with me during the week. Now, obviously, as you know, they've moved to a new facility and they're looking to get something special made to sort of commemorate where they are and sort of be that unique piece at their ground. So what they are doing, they've put a call out for any wooden stumps. So I know cricket clubs, you go into your storage shed or whatever, and there are stumps everywhere, and they might have something on them. It might be a Grey Nichols one. It might be an old sponsor. It might be something on it. Who knows? But if you can spare them, and you're willing to donate them, Rockingham Hornets are collecting stumps. Now, they are working with the Rockingham Men's Shed. Geez, I'm having a good one, aren't I? Rockingham Men's Shed, and they're putting together, they're basically making a fence out of them. So they're trying to make a bit of a fence. I don't think they're going to do the whole ground, but they're going to sort of cordon off a certain part of where they are around the pavilion or something like that. But it's going to be made of stumps, and I think it's going to look fantastic. I love that sort of stuff. That's the cricket nuffy in me. I know there's this ground down Albany Way. I can't remember the name of the ground. It's just a little club that's sort of come out of recess. Basically, a few local guys got it back out of recess, and they built this ground up that was sort of hidden in weeds and stuff. And they built a pavilion. They've made it a community hub, and they did the whole picket fence thing with which very traditional looking cricket ground, which is great to see. But rather than picket fences, they had cricket bats. So the whole oval is surrounded by cricket bats. And then they've got this massive, like 10-foot tall bat that you see as you drive in as well. So anyway, so well done to Rockingham Hornets. So if you've got any spare stumps floating around at your club, even you might have some at home that you probably want to, you're happy to give up. Contact Rockingham Hornets there. Jump on Facebook, all that sort of stuff. Pretty easy to do. And they'd love to have some extra stumps flying in, which would be great. So it'd be good if we can all chip in and get together. And look, we're all going to play there at some stage, so it'll be really good to see. So well done to the Hornets there. Back to the cricket action. Halls Head versus North Baldivis. Halls Head 8 for 237. They defeated North Baldivis handsomely, all out for 84. Woods 57. Singh got 4 for 28 for North Baldivis in Halls Head's 8 down for 237. And then all out for 84, Peter Boyce, 7 for 20. That is available on Frogbox. So you can go on there, and it's just like, it's like a highlights package, except it's every ball. He's just getting, anyway, 7 for 20. That's a big, big win for Halls Head. And that wraps up B grade. We'll quickly go through C. We have got in the Jeffrey Cup, we have Singleton. They defeated Mandurah. So Singleton 9 for 189. Jeff Yeaple, another 50. He's having a good season with the stick. Rawson 4 for 46 for Mandurah. But Mandurah could only get 7 for 115 in reply. So well done to Singleton there. The Dockers, Secret Harbour Dockers, they got 195, but it wasn't enough because Shoalwater got 7 for 198. Fassam with 58 not out. That's another big score for him. He's having a good season with the bat. And Mike Clayton got 4 for 12 for Shoalwater in the Dockers, all out 195. So that's a pretty high scoring game. So well done to both teams there. White Knights Baldivis, they lost to South Mandurah. This is a big one, and well done to South Mandurah here. They're starting to sort of this is their second win in a row, and this is a very good one, a la England. So White Knights 162. Your operations manager, very hardworking Daniel Cole. Well done, 69. I've been absolutely sledging the crap out of him for the last few weeks. He's got 0 and 1 and 2 or whatever it was. And I just said, mate, you might want to watch the ball. I'm the super coach, obviously. He went out and got 69. So I've had to go at him now for throwing it away. And he actually acknowledged that. So well done, Dan. But South Mandurah, none for 163. That's right, none for 163. They won by 10 wickets. Scarlett was 76 not out, and Sears just continuing his runathon here. He's on 81 not out, having a big season with the bat. So well done to the Falcons there. I know there was a few happy people down there, so well done. North Baldivis playing Hallshead there, and North Baldivis couldn't get it done there in C grade either. North Baldivis 172. Our man Vikas, the human highlight reel, he got 60. He's having a good season again. And Hallshead 4 for 173. Arms with 62 and Gray with 51. So the run machines at Hallshead are continuing. So well done to Hallshead there. And that's that. That is C grade. We're quickly going to D. D grade, we had Waroona versus Singleton. Waroona, they defeated Singleton. Waroona 136. And they defeated Singleton all out for 113. B DeRosa, I'm presuming younger or older, I'm not sure. He got 4 for 22. And Toy got 4 for 27 for Singleton. So it was a bit of a bowler's day, that one there. Shoalwater, they defeated Warnborough 9 for 172, defeated Warnborough 130. No standouts. That's the old team effort. So well done, everyone there. Hallshead 9 for 133. They lost to White Knights, who got 8 for 155. Graham with 55 not out, and Young 4 for 27 for Hallshead. And Rockingham had the bye. We quickly move on to E grade. E grade, we had Hallshead 8 for 120. They lost to North Baldivis, who got 4 for 160, with Seabum getting 57. Mandurah had a bit of a bye. They watched the world go by for a weekend. Warnborough, they defeated White Knights 9 for 149. Warnborough. Reece Sweetman got 64. Stylish batsman did that very well. 9 for 127 White Knights. So well done to Warnborough there. 20-odd run winners. And Pinjarra 5 for 108. Not enough. As the Dockers got 2 for 164. Maclay got 65 there. And Hogavonda, 55 not out. So obviously a very good partnership there. 2 for 164. Did it quite easily. So well done to the Dockers there. F grade, Shoalwater, they defeated Hallshead extremely handsomely. 9 for 178. Hallshead all out 35. I haven't seen that score for a while from that club. But I do know they've had a hell of a lot of unavailabilities. But well done for getting the team out anyway. Grief. Geez, he caused some grief. 7 for 11. They're amazing figures. Well bowled. White Knights Blue. Remember, they've got 2 teams in F grade. White Knights Blue, 6 for 133. Not enough, because Rockingham Hornets got 6 for 178. They continue their very good run in F grade. Warnborough, very good score here. 4 for 203. Reece Wallace with 60 of those. They defeated Mandurah 7 for 156. Binu with 61 not out. And Singleton, 125, not enough against White Knights Gold, who got 9 for 128. And Matthews Rawlinson, yet again in the runs, 68 not out. Let's quickly go through to the ladies' fixtures. They had round 3 in the T20. Mandurah, they defeated Pinjarra 3 for 136. Pinjarra 70. South Mandurah, the premiers from last year, they lost to Hallshead. South Mandurah. Burns got 4 for 7. They got 6 for 95. South Mandurah. Hallshead 6 for 108. And I believe Burns got some runs there as well. White Knights all out 44. They lost to Shoalwater 2 for 142. Hutton with 39 not out. Good to see some significant contributions here. Well done, girls. And the Dockers 95 all out. They lost to Warnborough 7 for 106. So that wraps up the PCA action for last week. Well done to all the winners there. Well done to the run scorers. Just a quick wrap up here. So round 6 of the Wiley Cup. We'll just quickly go through that. So White Knights will take on Singleton there. Secret Harbour versus Warnborough. Pinjarra, the ones putting their feet up and having a spell this week in the bye. We have Waroona versus Hallshead. That'll promise to be a really good game there. That'll be match of the round for me. And Mandurah versus Shoalwater. So good luck to everyone there. And just a reminder as well, from the 26th of this month, so in a couple of weeks' time, the new exciting part of the competition from B grade through to F grade, a little T20 comp. Obviously, our registration numbers weren't as great as what we thought they would be. So to try to even up the competition, try to inject a bit of life, rather than everyone go around 2.5 times or 3 times each, we've added in a T20 competition. Very short and sharp, basically from the 26th through to the 17th of December. 3 rounds, a semi-final and a grand final in one day. B grade through to F grade. Fantastic, I think. Enables other players within the club to play a bit of T20 cricket. I think we'll actually see some players come back. Players that might have retired, we've all got lives, all that sort of stuff. And clubs might go, yeah, just come there, just for a little T20 game. And, it is, you play a game, you think, geez, it's all right, this. And you might play another one. And before you know it, you paid your full rego and you're playing the rest of the season. So, look, I think it's an exciting space. There'll be some challenges. A lot of people may not have played too much T20 cricket, but I think it's a great opportunity to do something different. And there's nothing wrong with that. So looking forward to that. Okay, let's move on. Country Cup. So we went down as the PCA. We went down to Bunbury to Hay Park. Fantastic ground there. Beautiful ground. Wicket, amazing. They do some great stuff there. Look, they've just got a little, it is a pavilion, but it's a very small sort of thing. They, it's funny enough, Hay Park's had some massive sort of improvements with great pavilions and all that sort of stuff. Unfortunately, they're just nowhere near the cricket ground. But look, that's okay. So we played Bunbury. I thought the PCA had a pretty strong team out. There's a lot of players unavailable for various reasons, and that's okay. But it gave some players a good opportunity to play. And we still had a pretty strong team. And on paper, I was quite confident that we'd do quite well. So I'll just quickly let you know what our team looked like very quickly as I get the trusty old My Cricket up and running. So we had Adam France, Braden Haskell. You've got to play under 21s. You've got to play at least one under 21 in your team. So we went with Braden Haskell, who's been opening the bowling for White Knights Baldivis. Callum Austin from Singleton. So Adam France, obviously Pinjarra, Braden from White Knights, Callum from Singleton, Chris Phelps from Hall's Head, Damien Burridge. He qualifies through playing the T20 for Hall's Head. So he representing Hall's Head, I guess. Daniel Abel, Waruna, Jake Axel Foley, Pinjarra, Nick Rep, Waruna, James Rudge, the overseas player from Hall's Head. You're allowed one overseas player. Josh Rudge, regular player, one of the better players in the comp. He captained the team and did a great job there. Joe Slade, Hall's Head, and Kane Standing was the wicketkeeper. So a pretty strong team. But unfortunately, we just didn't quite do it enough with the bat in particular. So we batted first, 9 for 190 on a very, very good wicket, very flat wicket, probably 30 or 40 short there. Top score there was Kane Standing with 35. Adam France did a good job with 37. We had Dan Abel just come in at the end and got 26. And Nick Rep did well at the top. He got 29. But we just didn't quite get enough partnerships together. Bunbury had a pretty decent bowling lineup, and they just kept the pressure on. And we just lost wickets at crucial times. Just when we got a good partnership going, we'd sort of just lose a wicket there. So 9 for 190 was always going to be tough on it. Like I said, a pretty flat wicket. And Bunbury did it quite easy in the end. They got 3 for 191. And some really good performances there. They had Michael Tassoni. He got 67 off 74. Batted really well, hard hitting. Took the bowling on. And then Cooper Derring. So for those that have been around long enough, Glenn Derring, bit of a legend of country cricket and Bunbury cricket. He's little boy, Cooper, who's not so little anymore. I used to live and work down there in the BDCA in Bunbury, working for the Wacker down there. And they're all kids that I sort of had under my tutelage back then. Cooper wasn't. He was like too young. But I've seen him do stuff through my other Wacker work, and he's come through and he batted very well. He got 66 off 84, and then Julian Credelli coming in at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what they could afford. He got 32, and they did it quite easily with the ball. Dan Abel did his usual. He got 10 overs, 1 for 27. I mean, the bowlers bowled okay. We just didn't have enough runs on the board, really. So, unfortunately, we went down. And next round will be a home game, and that'll be on the 11th of December. And we take on the Albany and Districts Cricket Association. So that'll be a bit of a ding-dong there. They had a win, so they'll be up and about, knowing that if they win again, they're probably through to the final. So whereas we'll need to win both games and then hope, it's a funny old comp. So not out of it, but we'll have to play a lot better. So it'll be interesting to see how we go December the 11th, and that'll be at Peelwood Reserve. And finally, we had on Tuesday evening the last game of round one of the RETRAVISION Premier T20 League, and this was the bitter rivals Waroona versus Pinjarra. Had a bit of a chat to Terry McNeil before this game, and I said, I'm presuming, again, because I'm a bit of a newbie, I'm still trying to find my way around. I said, I'm presuming there's a bit of a old town rivalry here, two close neighbours, two country towns. And he said, oh boy. He said from anything from tiddlywinks to marbles through to cricket, football, soccer, basketball, you name it, whatever they play, there's always a lot on it. And I reckon you could sort of tell, I mean, look, I guess a lot of players from both teams may not necessarily be originally from those areas, but you can't help but build that sort of culture. I guess the culture's there. And look, these two teams put on a great game. And the funny thing was that it was a bowler's day. It was a bowler's game on a good wicket. There's nothing wrong with the wicket. It's Peelwood Reserve. It's always a belter. Anyway, so Pinjarra won the toss and elected to bowl. And look, they bowled and fielded well. I know a lot of people were a bit surprised with that one. But at the end of the day, they bowled and fielded very, very well. The bowling was superb. The fielding was up and about. Our friend Axel Foley was really sharp with his captaincy, kept bowling changes happening. They were really precise with their field placements. And their spin attack in particular, led by himself. Jake Foley bowls leg spin. Jordan Pink, one of my favourite bowlers, bowled beautifully, really, really well, had great control. He got two wickets, and then Jordan Hodgetts as well. So 3 leg spinners essentially, 12 overs, 6 for 56 between them. They all got two for spit. They bowled really, really well, and they kept Waroona down to 108, and that was led by their overseas player, who I've just watched little bits on Frogbox, and I've heard whispers going around. Prav Chalal, he got 30 not out, hard-hitting batsman, hits the ball really hard. And he's a competitive animal. Loved it. You could tell from ball one, I'm thinking, oh, hello, this guy's got a bit about him. I can see why he's such a popular player down at Waroona. And even like after the game, even the opposition were all around him. Really nice guy. I'll look forward to seeing a bit more of how he performs throughout the season. So anyway, 9 for 108, thinking, nowhere near enough. Pinjarra just got about 20 overs, and you think, yep, they're going to get this. Someone forgot to tell Waroona that. So Waroona went out and did exactly what Pinjarra did, except they did it better. And they bowled him out for 95. So Chalal started it. He opened the bowling and steamed in from our end, the doctor's surgery or the commentary end. He got 3 for 12. He was bowling bumpers and all sorts of things. He was really getting into the Pinjarra batter, and they just kept losing wickets. Now, Pinjarra, their marquee player was George Bell, as I said. He's the overseas player for Rockingham Mandurah, England under 19. If you pick up the Mandurah Mail or even jump online, you can read all about him. He's out here. He's trying to become a better player and go home at the end of the season, take on his, I think he's Lancashire. I'm not sure. I'll have to. Anyway, you can look it up. And he wants to obviously progress his cricket. He's here. He's training. He's doing lots of gym work. He's getting extra coaching, all sorts of stuff. So he's here for a reason, and he's going to really look to have a good year. He started off a bit rough, I know that, but you only had to watch him for 3 balls to know he's a class player, and he'll get a big score somewhere along the line. Mark my words. But he got some runs. He was the leading scorer. He had one that just stopped on him, and he got out, and then from there on, it was just a bit of a procession. Spin again. So Dan Abel, he had it on a string. He got 2 for 11 off his 4, and that was, I think, 6 off the last over as well. He had, like 2 for 4 off 3 overs or something like that. He was unbelievable. And Damien Stanley, got 1 for 23 bowling his leg spin. And in the end, it was Waruna who went through as winners in the local derby, as you guys call it. And that, my friends, is a bit of a wrap. But round 5, round 3, Beltup Country Cup, and the RETRAVISION Premier T20 League. A lot of cricket happening down this way in the Peel Cricket Association. You are on the Pavilion, the Peel Cricket Show. My name is Orazio Santolucia. If you are listening to this on Saturday, you probably just heard my dog then. She just likes barking for some strange reason at the moment. It's like she's got a new toy, her bark. But you may be listening to this on Saturday morning between 8 and 9 on Sport FM 91.3, Sport FM, sport in the community for you, getting all the results, all that sort of stuff. Fantastic. So thank you to 91.3 Sport FM for having us on board 8 till 9 a.m. every Saturday. Or you can download us off every podcast platform you can imagine, or you can watch this. You can watch me coming in and out of picture. I haven't been able to put up my green screen, so I'm about to cheat a little bit here. So it's a little bit in and out, but anyway, it's my voice you want to hear. You don't want to see this mug. Anyway, on YouTube, the Pavilion, the Peel Cricket channel, we can also get highlights and the game. But well, you can get both. You can actually get the Country Cup game because we frog box that, and you can get the game just gone on Tuesday night. Okay, we're going to go to a break. We'll be back very soon.
RAC members get exclusive deals and offers, plus an extra 5% off on top of our lowest price guarantee at RETRAVISION.
Welcome back. You're on the Pavilion, the Peel Cricket Show, proudly brought to you by RETRAVISION. Remember, if you're an RAC member, get an extra 5% off. They're already stupidly low prices, ridiculously low. They're so low, they guarantee their prices. So 60-day price promise, lowest price guarantee, 5% extra off, already low prices. Why would you go anywhere else? RETRAVISION, your destination for all the electrical stuff you love. Get into RETRAVISION now. And EVERLAST sports drinks. Let's get those EVERLAST isotonic hydration at its best. Let's get those drinks in the club's fridges. Fantastic way to not only look after your players and hydrate everyone. You can make money. It's money for old rope here. $1.88 a bottle, ex-GST. So add GST on that. $1.88 a bottle, $22.56 plus GST per carton, and that's delivered to your door. That's through ESA Sports, where every sports moment, make every sports moment epic. Chat to Johnny Sanders there. 0456 890 888 or sales at esasportsagency.com.au. It'd be crazy not to get the EVERLAST in your sports drinks. A little bit of housekeeping. First of all, I'd be interested to know whoever is listening right now. So if you're listening to this before Sunday, 4 o'clock, where the ICC World T20 men's final at the MCG will be between England and Pakistan. I had England. I thought England had been in the final. The thing is with Pakistan, you just really don't know. They snuck through by the skin of their teeth, literally because South Africa did a South Africa. Sorry to all our South African fans, but they just did what they do, and that's absolutely choke it, gas the game again. I really don't know how they didn't get through. I actually also thought that South Africa were a huge shot to win it. This was going to be their one on our wickets, which are very similar to theirs. They've got a ridiculous pace attack. If you haven't watched Nortje bowl, do yourself a favor. There's a few guys going around at the moment that let go of that piece of leather, that round sphere of leather, quite quickly, and he's one of them. He's hitting that 155, 160 kilometers an hour, or he's very, very close to the old 100 mile an hour in the old school, and does it looks like with ease, and does it all day. He doesn't slow down. He moves it around a bit. It's just ridiculous. And it's funny talking to some people who were lucky enough to get off the stadium to watch some of the games that were there on what can only be considered a bit of an old school WA wicket, very much like the Wacker of old, which is what the old Wacker is renowned for worldwide, being a pace, bouncy sort of wicket. And there's the South Africa game in particular. I was watching on TV. I didn't get to the game, unfortunately. But you could see that the first slip was standing, or his feet were outside the 30-yard inner ring. So basically that's more than a pitch length back, and he's fielding it slip, and he took a catch, and the ball came at, between waist and chest high. Wicketkeeper de Kock taking the ball on the up as it's going outside the circle, and you're just going, oh my Lord, that's seriously quick. And unfortunately, the poor Dutch batter, I can't remember what his name, I think it was De Leed, who's he's the younger son of a very famous cricketing family, the De Leeds. They are Dutch cricket. They are actually European cricket because they play a lot of county cricket. Very, very good players. So for those that haven't seen it, might be a bit squirmish. You may not want to see that one. That was against Pakistan, against Haris Rauf. He bowled him a bouncer, and I think the batter, De Leed, got about halfway through the shot before it just whacked him straight in the grill, and the grill went back on his face, and it was not pretty. But anyway, where was I? England v Pakistan. I think that'll be a hell of a game. England tonight. India batted first, 6 for 168. Probably not enough, but that's still a decent score. The King Kohli, he's back. I think that's his third big score in a row. He got 50 off 40. And Pandya, who's one of my favourite players as well, 63 off 33. And Chris Jordan, Perth Scorchers own. Well, he was for one season anyway. He got 3 for 43. He came back in. It's his first game of the tournament. But England went and did in England. Joss Buttler and Alex Hales chased it down, none for 170, 16 overs. Buttler, 18 not out off 49. And Alex Hales, the man who's been come back from the dead. They finally forgave him. It's amazing how it's rules for one and rules for another, because I vaguely believe that the great Ben Stokes was part of an incident that Alex Hales was part of as well. I know there's a part B to Alex Hales, but he's still gone around the world and just plundered runs for fun in T20 cricket. And they finally got him back, and he's just done what he does well. So that's a fair warm-up for England. So it'll be interesting to see how they go on the weekend. I'm picking England, but it'd be I wouldn't be surprised if Pakistan won it. So it's just that type of tournament. Now let's go through some of our big run scorers. So I'm just going to go through the top 4 or 5 batters in each A, B, and C. I can't go through the rest because we're going to run out of time. So A grade, as I mentioned earlier, Jack Manuel in A grade cricket only, not anything else. Is 290 runs, averaging 96.5. The other champion of the comp, Kieran Ugal, does this every year, doesn't he? He's got 180, and he's going at 45. Kane Standing, his teammate, he's having a good year with the bat, 178 at 59.33. Dudley Cortland, 172 runs. He's 4th on the table at 43. And 5th is Jordan Bell, I mentioned. He's already scored a couple of 50s, 160 runs at 40. And with the ball, we have leading the way, that wily fox, Chris Phelps. He's got 13 wickets, and he's getting smashed at an average of 4.69. 4.69. That's ridiculous. Daniel Sutton Jr., he's got 10 wickets, and he's got 9 in 2 games. He's going at 8.1. Damien Stanley, the leg spin, he's got 9 at 15.89. Scotty Martin, the tall seam bowler for Hall's Head, he's got 8 wickets at 8.63. And rounding it off, as I mentioned earlier, Bryce Evans, he's got 7 wickets at 7.43. There's some outstanding figures there. As you hear my dog going nuts in the background, I don't know what her caper is. Anyway, B grade, we have Gaganpreet Dhaliwal for North Baldivis. He's got 188 runs at 47 at the moment. Steve Urseg at Rockingham Hornets, he's got 181. He's got most of those in 2 hits, I think, at 45.25. Hayden Lynn, the left-hander at White Knights Baldivis, having a good start to the season, 171 at 57 at the moment. Jacob Barnes at Hall's Head's got 145 runs at 36.25. And Luke Cook for Pinjarra has 137 runs at 27.4. Now, with the ball in B grade, We have Daniel Stenker for Rockingham Hornets, got 11 wickets at 9.91. John Galweller, new recruit to Mandurah from coming up from down Bunbury Way, 10 wickets at 8.9. Matthew Jordan, I mentioned earlier, he's got some really good results so far, 10 wickets at 19. Mitch Morley's got 9 at 3, and I think he got 7 in one game there. And Sandeep Chowdhury at North Melbourne's got 9 wickets as well at 10.22, as has the wily veteran Dale Tyrrell, the left-arm spinner at Rockingham, 9 wickets at 12.11. Let's quickly go to C grade. Batting-wise, the highlights package, Vikas Kantra, he's got 247 runs at 49.4. Jeff Yeaple, he's got 183 at 36.6. Jack Sears, 182, the man without an average because he hasn't been out yet. So keep going, son. Gav Brahm at Singleton's got 134 at 33.5. And rounding it off at in fifth place is Anthony Burt. He's got 132 at 44. And with the ball, we have Matthew White at White Knights Beldive. He's got 10 wickets at 11.7. Peter Boyce, 8 wickets at 4, and he got 7 on the weekend. Jaden Bryan's got 8 wickets at 11.5. Aswin Sudhakaran at North Beldive, he's got 7 at 8.29. And Brandon Hill has got 7 at 8.43 for Mandurah Cricket Club. There's a few others on 7 there as well, including Jeff Yeaple. So he's doing it with the bat and with the ball. So they're your top performers going around at the moment. But there's the ICC Men's T20 World Cup, as my dog's continually going nuts in the background. I apologise for that. I think it'll be a belter of a game. If the rain holds off, I believe the ICC have been flexible with their rules. They've obviously got really strict timing, and that'd be more for broadcasting than anything else in regards to getting a game on. So once you pass so many hours or whatever the time is, and the game, you can't get a 5-over game each, I believe. The game's called off. Now, obviously, it's the final. They want to get it in. They've actually thought on their feet, thank Christ. Cricket administrators with some brains, unusual. I am one myself, so I can tar myself with that brush. So they're going to be a little bit more flexible. So the forecast isn't flash for Sunday, from what I understand. It hasn't been great, has it really? I can't believe how poor the weather is. So they're going to do everything they can to get that game in. So hopefully we do get a game of substance or something. You know, I don't know how you feel. I like T20. I like it a lot. It's a great format. I love the skill. I love the power. There's just a lot to like about it. And I think this World Cup, we've been blessed to have some great games. Unfortunately, not enough of you have been watching or listening or taking any care, and I don't understand. But like I said, that might be a special show down the line somewhere. But let's hope they get a game on this Sunday. So 4 o'clock it starts. It may start a little bit later. Be patient, stick around. I think we'll have a cracker of a game. Okay, we'll be back after this break to not only wrap the show up, but you're going to get the Prez's rant. He's got something to get off his chest. We'll be back after this. Okay, here we are, the Pavilion. We're going to wrap it up, but we're going to start first of all. Actually, we'll go back a little bit. Welcome back to the Pavilion, the Peel Cricket Show. My name is Orazio Santalucia. I am your host this week and every week on the Pavilion. You might hear me or see me or whatever. Also on the Pavilion, the Peel Cricket channel on a Tuesday when we host live and exclusive ball-by-ball action. Well, we're a little bit late to start this week, but that wasn't our fault. That was our friends at Frogbox who didn't provide the best service to start with, but we got there in the end. So apologies for that, for people that might have been tuning in, wondering what was going on. We did everything right at our end. It was Frogbox at their end that weren't working. But anyway, that's technology, and so be it, and you just get on with it. Anyway, Pavilion, Peel Cricket Show, every week. My name is Orazio Santalucia. Nice, easy, simple name for you to remember. And not only am I doing this sort of stuff, I'm also the president of the Peel Cricket Association. And this is where the Prez is going to have a bit of a rant. I don't know where to start, so I think I'm just going to go bang. I'm just going to get on the front dog, and I'm going to play a big, big shot over the top. Player behavior. Player behavior. We've had a week full of reports. We are volunteers. We are trying to keep a competition running. We've got some fantastic people doing some great work. Actually, they're doing better than great work. They're doing amazing work to keep this association up and running. Provide you all that are part of the players that are listening with an opportunity to play this great game of cricket in the best facilities, with the best administration, the best way that we can. We've got a very, very unique setup in that we have an umpire's pathway that starts in junior cricket. So the PJCA has a whole heap of umpires that go out and start their umpiring journey, and they'll do the year 6s, year 7s, and all that sort of stuff. And most games have got at least one umpire there, and they're starting their journey in the game just like a lot of the players are. Okay, and they're building their way up. And we've got a couple of them that are starting to progress through to the senior ranks, which is fantastic. And we're going to keep that going. And that's going to be something you're going to see a bit of. I'm trying to do a little bit of a story in the background there. Extremely proud of this program. We've got some great mentors in Pete Burton and Trevor Crink, who are doing great jobs with the juniors and seniors, and they're working together as a group. And it's fantastic. Fantastic to see. And you've only got to look around, and other country areas, they're making the news for the wrong reasons. They've got no umpires at all. They've got like one umpire or two umpires. Even like a big competition like the suburban turf competition. I know they are absolutely, they can't get an umpire for love nor money. They're really struggling. We do quite well. We've got a pretty good system here. We've got some good people doing some good stuff, and they do a great job. Now, for some strange reason, we have a core bunch of players that seem to think that it's okay to basically have a go at an umpire, dispute their decision, say a few words that may not be the sort of words that you'd say to someone that you respect. Let's say that. I'm here to say, and I might be on my own here, and I might be going off the, well, I don't know if it's off the record because it's on the record. There is absolutely zero tolerance to that sort of stuff. I don't know where anyone gets off on that. I don't know why people think that they have a right to do that. I want to remind everyone of one simple fact when it comes to umpiring. An umpire only comes into play when a player makes an error. Think about it. An umpire only comes into play when a player makes an error. Otherwise, the umpire literally counts to 6 and walks to square leg. So an umpire is called to make a decision when a batsman gets an edge. Now, that's an error. That's a mistake. You've missed the ball. You've got so many inches of a cricket bat, and you've either missed it or you've got a tiny feather on it. So you, batsman, have got it wrong. You've made an error. Now, whether a batter may have edged it or may not have edged it, it doesn't really matter, okay? Because if you played, it just doesn't matter. You made an error. You made a mistake. The umpire had to come in and make a decision because you made a mistake. You get hit on the pads. LBW, that's always the most controversial wicket of all time because everyone seems to think that they know exactly where they're standing and all that sort of stuff. And I can tell you right now, a lot of you don't. Now, the umpire's called into play. He or she makes their decision, and that's that. Now, they're only coming into play because the bowling team appeal, because you as a batter, you stuffed up. You missed the ball. Yet you're demanding absolute perfection from someone who's an amateur just like you. So if you demand, excellence and deliver mediocrity or less, you're nothing but a liar. Think about that. Now, we've just got to pick up, and we've got to be better than this. Okay? And it is an absolute zero tolerance to any of that sort of crap. So whether you feel you've been hard done by or something like that, the umpires are going to be reminded, again, they were reminded pre-season, to be hard and be harsh. Because players have got to pick up their game. They've got to behave better. I don't know why there is this culture of acting like a buffoon, but there is. So I challenge you all, every single player in this competition, to pick up the game 1%. Just be better. And even better still, police yourselves. Okay? So if a teammate of yours behaves in a way that's just not on, you let them know. You let them know that that's not on. And clubs, I hope damn well that you're stamping down on this sort of stuff as well. Because we have to be better. We have to be better. This has to be a game available for everybody. We need to provide an opportunity to enjoy this game, be it on or off the ground, in a playing role and a non-playing role. We need to open up our arms, and we've got to take as many people along for this ride as we can. Because I don't know if you had a look around, numbers aren't exactly growing. And it's not only here, it's across the board. Okay, this game's got some challenges at the moment. And the biggest challenge at the moment in our competition are a lot of you players that are out there. You've got to do your bit. Don't wait for someone else to do what you should be doing yourself. If everyone looks after their own backyard, plays with respect, spirit of, whatever you want to call it, just be a decent player. Be competitive, by all means. Be competitive. Okay, I was no saint when I played at the height of my career. But I know one thing, never, ever, ever, ever did the umpire come into any sort of, argument or whatever you want to call it. So my challenge to everyone out there, we're going to pick this whole thing up 1%, 2%. Everyone does that, we're flying. That, my friends, was the Prez's rant. And this has been the Pavilion, the Peel Cricket Show, proudly brought to you by RETRAVISION, ESA Sports, and EVERLAST Sports Drinks. We'll be back again, same bat time, same bat channel. Good luck to everyone this week, and let's hope we've listened to the rant. Good luck, everyone.
A lot more secure in the line, pushing forward.
Hey, shot here, boys, and we start a roll here. One bad shot to open the door here, boys. Come on, lads.
Yep, one bad shot is going to bring Faf du Plessis in, mate. Yeah, Faf du Plessis just got 100. Pretty good form, Bernie.
RAC members get exclusive deals and offers, plus an extra 5% off on top of our lowest price guarantee at RETRAVISION.